to hang in there as persecution was beginning. Still, resistance from the Jews, and then eventually from the Romans later. But he's encouraged them to have good conduct and good morality so that the people who are speaking against them and dissing them will have no evidence to support their claim. In the second reading, which we probably will hear in some time from now, it's more about the second coming of Jesus, because, as you know, in the first early days, the expectation, just from some of the things that Jesus himself said, was that he was going to be returning quite soon, even perhaps in their own lifetime. And when, as time passed and that didn't happen, they began to wonder why. So Peter is trying to explain that it's God's patience with all of us sinners that is allowing this time to pass, in the hope that we might, repent and grow spiritually and all of that. So this was a really big deal in the first century of the early church, getting over this expectation that the second coming of Jesus would be imminent. But as we know, we are still waiting in between the first coming and the second coming. Anyhow, this passage has some very, very beautiful images. First, that one about being like little babies craving milk from their mothers, and that is necessary for them to grow. And so he says, we have tasted that the Lord is good, so we want more, is the idea. And we have to work for that. But the most beautiful image here is the one about how God is using us like living stones to build up his house on earth, his kingdom, his dominion. We are living stones, and we allow ourselves, by his grace, to be built into a spiritual house, a holy temple. Having been baptized into Christ, we do share in his priesthood, all of us. So we are his own people. Truer words were never spoken, and that God has called us out of darkness into his own wonderful light. The darkness of the sin with which we were born into the world, into his grace, into his family as his own dear children. In the last few years, we've heard a lot about God's mercy, and that's good because it's a corrective to the overemphasis on the judgment, punishment of God, and the sternness of God in the not so recent past. So we have received God's mercy, and that gives us cause to give thanks every single day, not to forget that fact, and to imitate God in the mercy that he has shown to us in the death and resurrection of his Son, and in so many other ways, in forgiveness of our sins. We need to do the same thing in our treatment of one another, in our willingness to love one another as he has loved us, which must, of course, include the forgiveness that we extend to those who have hurt us. And you all